let's begin with the business of the day. Now, I hope I have people who have pairs in place, people who have pairs that they are interested in. I'm going to start with this one, AUD USD. Now let's look at AUD USD. So I was actually looking at AUD USD, and I felt I should explain something with you guys. Last time we spoke, I said to people that please go and look at what is called chart patterns. I said people should go and check chart patterns. Now, from this pair, you will realize that we have a chart pattern. This is what we have. So from this point, you will realize that we have this. So this is a chart pattern. Since the market came all the way from the above, and then when it gets here, it gives you this. This is a chart pattern. Normally, this kind of a chart pattern, it's called falling wedge, and it is a reversal chart pattern, which means we are expecting the market to reverse from this point. We are expecting the market to take a turn. So now the question is, when the market turns from this point, where will the market go? Now we look at our closest key level. Now the first key level is this one. So the first key level is this one. This is our first key level. This is our first key level. First key level. So which means from here we are expecting a breakout of this pattern, and then the market should head to our key level. Another thing that people need to understand, you guys should try not to overanalyze the chart. There's absolutely no need for you to draw so many lines that end up confuse you. So what you need is major support and major resistance with key levels. So from here, if I'm going to say, if I'm going to take my trade for using this chart pattern, now if the market succeed on breaking this level, now this is my first key level, my first, which is the one that is going to be used for take profit. This one, this is what is going to be my first take profit. First take profit, it's gonna be there. Then from there, I'll be looking at the market to see if the market continue to head up for key level number 2, which is the major resistance in this case. You get what I'm saying? Now we have another pair, which is Cadjpy. I was also looking at this one. Now from this pair, it looks like I have this is what I have from this pair. So one thing that I've realized is that I don't know if people know this or have heard of this pattern. Now, if you look at this pattern, if you look at this pair, you will realize that we have this. This is what we have. This is what we have. This is what we have. Then from here, it's more like we are expecting a breakout. So last time when we were looking at I don't remember the pair, but I said to people that normally when we have something like this, we know that we have leg A and leg B. That's our first trade. Our first trade has to be leg A, is going to be based on leg A and leg B. So which means from breakout, we are going to expect this pair to move up to leg B. Now, since this is what we have, so which means we will be expecting the market to reach this point. Under no circumstance, we will be expecting the market to reach this point. But then if you look at this point, it looks like this point, it's not necessarily a key level. So which means we are expecting the market to reach this point. So we are expecting the market to reach this point, but that is provided the market breaks out of this pattern. That is provided the market moves out of this pattern. Am I making sense to someone here? So this is what I have. I have one. I have this and that. Now, since this is head and shoulder, there's something called neckline of a head and shoulder. Neckline of a head and shoulder. So if you look at the market from this point, you'll realize that this is what you have. So since you have this as your neckline, since you have this as a neckline, it tells you that this point, it's more like a breakout and retest of this point. So now we are expecting this market to go down, and then if the market succeed in breaking below this pattern, below the pattern, then it's gonna surely it's gonna reach our key level here. It's gonna reach our key level here. So this is what we should just be looking. This is what we might see this week. We might see the market breaking this point and moving all the way down here. So, and as while we are still there now, if you look at this from here, let's say we take our key level a little bit down, and then where the trend started, Now you will realize that this is what you have. The first point, you put your trend line touches the first point, and then you will realize that this is what you have. You have a breakout and retest. So the trend line was broken here. Now it's being retested, and then which means we are expecting the market to move all the way down. Now, before we can say the market, it's definitely gonna move all the way down, it is important that you break your trade into pieces, or you target your pips accordingly, which is why I'm saying this is our first target, first take profit. So before we aim at this as our first take profit, let's at least bag this one. Let's at least secure this one. When this one is secured, now we are confident, and or the market is giving assurance that the market might still succeed in breaking this level, then we are good to go. We are good to go. Very much. I'm going to look at GBP AUD. Someone said GBP AUD. Now I'm going to start my analysis on H4 time frame. H4 time frame. So I'm looking for my key levels. I'm looking for my key levels. Now, okay, so yeah, now this is another important lesson for all of us. So guys, let's say I select few pairs that I'm going to for this week. I want to trade these 3 pairs. Now that is not to say, even if when you look at those pairs, you can't find what I normally call high quality analysis or high quality signals. So if you can't find high quality signals on those pairs, it is advisable to change the plan, because it makes no sense to force to analyze or to stick with certain pairs, even if those pairs don't really show you or don't really gives you the right analysis. Now, when I look at this GBP AUD, it's a little bit confusing, but what I can spot or what I can see instantly, it's this. I have this as my key level. I have this as my key level. And then, so I have this as another key level, as well as this one. So when I have this as my key levels, now I'm going to remove this one. So this is what I see. This is what I see. This is what I see. So this is your leg, and then you might expect in a breakout, you might expect to see something like this on the way to the top. Remember, this is mainly on H4, so which means we might see a bullish movement from GBP AUD. So since well, and to be honest with you guys, when I look at this GBP AUD, I wouldn't really put my focus on this one, because this pair, look at this pair. This pair, it gives me so much noise. It gives me so much noise. Like, it doesn't really have a direct movement, a movement that I can just notice instantly. And another thing which can help in analyzing, so if you are going to analyze GBP AUD, it is very much helpful to take another pair that is in line with AUD or that is in line with GBP. So you might want to do what? You might want to look at the pairs that support GBP AUD, which is another GBPs as well as AUD. So AUD CAD, AUD NZ, AUD Swiss French. So you might want to look at those pairs as well, so to support your analysis. So, but as for overall movement, this is what we can spot. Now, if we are going to try and look at where we can take our trade, so we will need to look at it from smaller time frames. Now, if you look at it from smaller time frames, now let's remove this. Let's remove this. From smaller time frames, in order for us to take positions, this is what is. This is what we can see. So as you can see that we have 1, we have 2, or we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we are waiting for this to see how it behaves around this point. So whenever it gives the signs of, or whenever it gives you the reversal, so you wait for this to come and touch your trend line. And when it gets to a trend line, wait for it to give you candlestick patterns. Once it gives you candlestick patterns, now you know that the pair it's ready to turn and move up. Any pair, okay, if I heard the person correctly, the person said USD CAD. Now, last time we were speaking, I did the analysis for someone who said USD CAD. So I said, and the market last time when we spoke was here. So I said to the person that wait for the market to come and touch this point, and then it's gonna go up and test this trend line, which is moving from this side, and then check how does it behave around this point. And if it breaks here, it's definitely gonna touch this point. So the market, unfortunately, it did not necessarily touch the key level, but then it came close, almost there. So it broke and retest and then went and touched this point, but it didn't reach for our expected key level. So now we are going to check what to expect. So Another thing that another thing or another way of looking at this thing is through leg A and leg B. That's one thing I can say you have here. I can say you have leg A. So since if you look at this pair, you might realize that you have this. This is what you have. This is what you have. And then you have this. So you might expect a breakout at the above, a break above, and then you might expect the market to continue to push up. But also, even this one, I still analyze. I still advise the person who's watching a USD CAD to also analyze this one with another pair for CAD, another CAD pair, or another pairs that are in line with CAD. Normally, it moves with CAD. It doesn't necessarily move with USD. Normally it moves with CAD. So I would advise you to strongly go and check for CAD. Because it's on a key level right now as we speak. Right now as we speak. Okay, someone said stop loss for AUD USD. So yeah, the CAD USD CAD, it's on key level. It's on a key level. It's on a key level, which is this one. This one, this one.